Welcome everyone. Welcome to the Goodfellas Sunday Boxing Talk. It's your boy G5 Jeff TV, aka G5, aka 5, aka Guru. I got my main man with me, Ty Finney, the legend in the building. What's going on, good brother?
What's going on, man? Happy to be alive. Happy to be here, air in my lungs, man. I can't complain.
Absolutely. And I got my OG, my big bro with me, boxing first vlog, rocking the all black screen like his Air Force Ones.
Man,
Boxing
what's
first
going
vlog,
on
what's
with
going
that,
on,
bro?
brother?
You got my camera controlled or what?
Brother, I ain't got that type of control, brother. I ain't got your camera
What the
control.
hell going on, bro?
The
That's
people
what.
need to see that Arizona face of yours, brother. So come on.
And I'm trying to get in here, bro. Let me. I'm
You
gonna have
in
to.
you in here. We just can't see your
I mean,
face.
I'm trying to figure it out, bro. You know, I'm not. I don't know nothing about this. Where's the cassette tapes at? I'll fix that.
Hey
Let me hit
man,
the link
listen.
again, bro. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna go out and
Okay,
come
go
back.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go
All right.
ahead. Then I tell you he was gonna come in with the tech shit. Hey man, big shout out to everybody, man. We had a really, really, really special night last night. Boots Ennis was at the Wells Fargo Center. And your boy was in the building. Now, I don't get out often. Five don't usually hit the streets often, but when I hit the streets, it's a movie. When I say it was jam packed in that thing, it was jam packed in that thing. But we gonna talk. We talking Boots Ennis. We talking the Boots Ennis card. We're gonna talk the top rank card as well with Tevin Farmer in the main event. I don't know if I want to say it was controversy, but we can get into that as well. Legend, did you get a chance to actually see the fight, the Boots fights, any of the highlights or anything?
Yeah, I watched it. I watched the Boots Ennis, David Evanesian fight. I watched Peter Dobson and Jaleel Hackett. So I watched it all, man. I was entertained, man. Good card all around.
Yeah. What did you think of Boots Ennis and just his performance?
It was a good performance, man. I knew that David Evanesian was going to come in and trade with him, but any guy that come in and trade with Boots, man, you can expect for them, to get knocked down. And I expected that, for him to get knocked down. But Boots took some shots as well. But at the same time, I think that was just him letting David Avenesian do that just to make the fight more interesting. The same thing with his fight against Ramon Villa, just letting these guys tag him to make it competitive, make it interesting. But I like the fight all around, man. David Avenesian, he did his thing. You know what I mean? The low blow, I do think the low blow in the first round may have took a lot out of him, but he had plenty of time to recover. But there that shot in the fifth round, you know, um, Boots was on the ropes. David Avenesian threw like a hook, and Boots caught him with like a counter, and it put him down. And David Avenesian didn't come out, for the sixth round. Boots got the victory. So it was a good performance all around. So I'm cool with it.
Vlog, would you like to add anything, sir?
I mean, it was well said by the legend. I didn't like the size disadvantage, but I guess last minute you can't find that guy like that that's really gonna match up. But Boots is definitely one of the biggest 147s I've seen in recent time, and maybe I don't know. I have a question: is the weight gonna be an issue? Is how do
Um,
y'all feel
what
about
you
how
what
he
you
look?
mean?
Like, you think he can continue to make 147 in the next 2 years?
2 years it'll probably be difficult for him. He came in at 146.4.
So,
Uh,
in response to that, no undisputed.
no, he'll get there. He'll get there. Probably right at the 2 year mark or a little before. He got money behind him now, so they gonna make stuff happen.
That's all I wanted to know. I mean, and all in all, again, I thought the card could have been better, but I think everybody that was on it definitely, you know what I mean, performed well. Cole, the young champion female Sky, she looked pretty good.
Yeah.
She's definitely gonna have to sit down and really get in there and mix it up. If she wants that Soriano fight, that old from the outside thing, you know what I mean? I'm not sure you're going to be able to do that for 12 rounds against a Soriano. So, possibly, hopefully, she can really be able to sit down and try to mix it up inside and out and not just be an outside fighter. But she looked well. Cole definitely looked like he going to be a problem at light heavyweight. Fast track. It's the only route to go and my suggestion for that young dude. We got to get him a couple recognizable names, a Dawson, somebody of that ilk that he can really start padding the resume with. And fast tracking, man, that's the only thing, because light heavyweight division is definitely needing some fresh blood. So yeah, and again, and my guy Jaleel, man, I seen little hiccups. I see growth. I see growth still needing to come with that young man. His defensive soundness has to definitely tighten up. He's catching some shots from a guy that probably shouldn't have been getting hit by, especially because this guy had no speed and he really didn't set his shots up. So he was getting clipped with that overhand. I didn't like that. But all in all, I thought it was a good card. But on paper and as the fights were falling apart, it didn't look good. But again, you got to wait for that night and see what the performances are like before you can just really trash a card like that. So everybody performed, even Avanice in last minute. Shout out to him. Yeah. You know what I mean? Everybody did well, I thought.
Well, for the people that don't know, Vlog is from Philly, but he's just out in Arizona. So I haven't had a chance to talk to him since going to the fight. Bro, you would have been proud, bro.
The city showed up.
Bro, it was over 14,000 in the building. And that's not counting the ones that snuck in through the back door that didn't pay. So it was probably more like 15,000. Your typical Philly event, man. They snuck the weed in there, man. Every neighborhood's favorite hood rat was in there. You know what I'm saying? Looked like a club scene in there, but they was into it, bro. You would have been proud of the atmosphere. You know what I mean?
It's my city, man.
Philly type shit.
It's my city. It's my
Philly
city.
Type shit.
Made me who I am. You dig? Shout out to Boots. And he from my hood. We from the G. You know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, shout out.
For sure. Before I get in the comments, just to kind of comment on what you two guys said. Big shout out to David Avenesian, man. Number one, for him taking a fight. Number two, traveling. And number three, he got in some good work. He got in some good work. And Avenesian is definitely a guy that he's definitely a top 10 guy at welterweight, especially with the landscape looking the way it's looking right now. Because I think 147 is a little thin right now. You got a bunch of guys that might come up from 140, and then you got guys at 47 now that's probably not going to fight there anymore. They're probably going up to 154. So you're going to see a lot of new blood coming in at 147. So big shout out to him. As far as Boots, in the crowd, I called round 5. If you looked at the fight, what Legend said, I think when Boots feel like he's just, you can't hurt him, that's exactly how he's going to fight. And against Villa and against Avenesian, he felt like they couldn't hurt him. So he was just going to go in there and do his work. So even though Avenesian landed some pretty good shots, Boots got a good 4 rounds worth of all body work. I would say probably about 80% of his offense was all body work. And it started taking a toll in round 3. It was like, I don't know if you could notice it on the TV, but it was certain things that Avenesian was doing, like after the breaks and stuff like that, like little small stuff I was noticing. I was like, yeah, round 5, round 6, I'm like, he's out of there. But you could tell he was somebody. You could tell Boots came in there and was just like, you know what, this is a last minute replacement. Let me step on the gas. He ain't got more gas in the gas tank than I do. And it looked like that was the plan. I will say this, though. Bozy Ennis was not happy. Bozy was not happy. And I don't care what he showed on camera. He was not happy at all. And people need to realize Bozy Ennis is extremely tough on Boots. Extremely tough on Boots. If you ask Bozy on the side with no cameras, he'll probably tell you he ain't like the performance. But fifth round stoppage. I mean, you can't really argue with that. Um, let me get in the comments real quick. Tommy Doak's in the building. He's starting it right out the gate. He said your boy Boots was getting walked down by a 4-week fat camp washed David Avanesian. Better stay away from Bud. That's a shot. He come in, guns blazing.
Oh
Tommy
man,
Dokes first. Hello,
hold up,
hello,
man.
Tommy Dokes.
Hold up. Let me get
He
on
come
this,
in.
man.
I'm going. I'm going to let vlog. Usually, I get comments like this, and I just let vlog go. So,
Man,
as
listen, bro.
tradition says, I'm gonna let him go.
First thing you want to do is my man ain't fought in a year, so he definitely is accepting of what Anvanesian is delivering. Just because the boxer in you need to feel a shot or two. You need to know and be able to understand. I'm still here. I can still take something, a little something. And he did that in the Villa fight. So it's just part of that nature on how dudes from Philly fight. You can look at the history of dudes. Take a look at what's my boy name from back in the day? Used to buy Ivan Robinson. Mm-hmm. This is a pure boxer, but look how many fights he got into. Why? Because he's from the city. That's just how we get down like that. You know what I mean? We ain't scared to take the shot. So that's crowd friendly type of work too. So let Avanesian feel like he cooking a little bit, but his stove got disconnected. So I'm just saying, bro, if you feel like what Avanesian did and it was allowed to be done to him, so you could see why Jeff was saying Pops was mad because he allowed him to do that. And Rice, let's keep it solid. He should have never touched Boots if Boots was really looking to walk out of there within 3. But he wasn't. He was looking to get in some good rounds. He hadn't been in the ring in a year. He wanted to give some fans a little bit of, you know what I mean, some time. Come on, bro. Everybody got dressed up and came out. Ain't nobody come do all of that for no 90 seconds. So, yeah, he gave him a few rounds. Come on, bro. You putting too much on it.
Hey, bro. Hey, some of them ladies in there had on some nice outfits, but I still seen the store tags on some of them, so I know where y'all went. So they're gonna
take it back to the Ave.
Yeah, they's gonna take it right back to the store, bro. They's taking it right back to the store, man. Like you know how I go. That's Philly type shit. Tommy Doe said, "Shout to Philly, y'all deserve more fights." I'm gonna put up a couple of clips of how it looked from my seat. A little later on social media, you'll get a better understanding of how packed that joint was. Tommy Dokes, I think that was the first title fight in Philly since 2003. That was the first title fight in that building since 2003. So that building used to be the Spectrum before it came to Wells Fargo Center. And B-Hop did that card in 2003. I mean, technically, we've had other championship fights, but just not at that venue. But they showed up and showed out. Tommy said Turk saying he wants Bud versus Boots at 154, but I got to see Boots get a belt first. What you Bud got a belt at 54?
No,
I don't think the belts really, Tommy. I don't think the belts really matter if it's 54. If they're gonna get it on, they're gonna get it on.
But yeah, 54, they can design these fights around these belts, but Boots, Tim Zoo, Boots, anybody at 154 is just gonna be a mega fight because it's Boots. And he's looking to definitely challenge in both divisions from what came out his mouth. He said he could do both. I just didn't like the size disadvantage, and I don't want him to keep cutting.
Can I speak on that real quick? Can I speak on that real quick?
Yeah, talk to me.
I want people to realize that was for the IBF Championship of the World. So they couldn't gain no more than 10 pounds. So for if it looked like it was a major weight difference, just know we're talking Boots in his frame. He has the frame of a 160 pounder. It's two types of weights in terms of like a guy looks bigger than the other guy. So you have one where a guy just gained 25, 30 pounds overnight and they just look kind of just heavy, kind of like bloated, kind of like Broner, like after he rehydrates, like he just looks bloated. You know what I'm saying? But then you got guys that are just physically just stocky and they just fill out the weight real crazy. Boots is that guy. If he was a WBC champ or WBO, we might be talking something different. So just imagine if he was a WBC champ and he was allowed to like fully rehydrate like regular, he would probably rehydrate 30 pounds. he would probably rehydrate 30 pounds. So people are actually lucky they're getting boots in the IBF realm where he can't get like a full rehydration like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? But Avanesian, I mean, you gotta tip your cap. And you know what, Tommy Dokes, before I get into your next comment, I need for you to answer this comment. What is your thoughts on Shakur Stevenson? And be careful with your answer. Tommy Dokes, why do you think major cities like Detroit, Chicago, Philly don't get big fights? To be honest with you, like promoters aren't willing to take chances. Like New York, Vegas, like there's no Cali, like there's no questions there. When you go into Chicago, Philly, Detroit, you're taking a risk. But Eddie Hearn is the biggest risk taker in terms of a promoter in the game. Like he don't care. He don't give a fuck.
I can answer that too.
Yes, sir.
What it is with major cities like that, it's just so much going on. See, it's a little different when you think, oh, well, New York, that's boroughs, so they kind of separate it and they can get isolated. Like the Barclays is an isolated place, so you will get that traffic to go to the Barclays just from the Bronx and from that Brooklyn sort of that sort of vicinity. So when you get in a city like Chicago, you get the West Side, North Side. People, they kind of don't really travel across those barriers like that.
Yeah. That's a good, and you know what? That's a good follow up too, because a lot of people would go to Vegas, get into some other stuff. Go to New York, get into some other stuff. You know what I mean? Cali, get into some other stuff. You talking Detroit, Chicago, Philly. You know, you gotta
stuff you might not come back from.
You gotta check your bulletproof vest at the door. You know what I'm saying? They come back from that down, stuff. You know, you go in the wrong neighborhood, you know. So it takes more marketing to go to places like that. And then when you go to places like Detroit, Chicago, Philly, you need that entire city to be there. And then everything else that you get outside of that would be, you know, a bonus. And that's what happened last night with the Boots fight. When I say everyone in Philadelphia was there, everyone in Philadelphia was there. Like everyone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Good question though. He said Ivan Robinson versus Gotti, both fights were wars. Yeah, that's great, Tommy. That's what Vlog was saying. Ivan Robinson could have went on the outside and just, you know, pick Gotti apart just off the boxing skills, but there is an entertainment value to the business. And some guys just want to go in there and just get it on. You know what I'm saying?
That's the nature of Philly fighters, bro. That's really our nature, bro. We kind of throw the tool bag out the window and just get the sledgehammer out and go to work.
And facts, bro. Facts, 100% facts. And sometimes as a fighter, like you have to fight like that to kind of draw that line in the sand. So let's not get that, you know, mistaken either. He said Bud beats Israel. I'm including to that equation. Oh, okay. I got you. You said the earlier comment, assuming he wins August 3rd. I got you. Mr. Johnson, what's going on? Say what it do? What's up with you, bro? How you feeling? Derek Wiltz in this building. Big shout out. He said, salute, fellas. The Boots hate is real. So Derek Wiltz, here's the thing. Here's the thing with Boots. Not even Boots, but just the reason why he gets a little bit of hate. And I don't think the hate is crazy, but I think people like Bud so much that they're going against anything that's anti-Bud. They did the same thing with Spence, so I don't think it's really Boots. I just think that's the top guy for Bud, and they're not really feeling it. You know what I'm saying? They're not really feeling it. You know, and it's really just who's going to put the money up, because I think both of them guys will fight each other. I don't think anybody's like running from the other person. It's really financials. Like it's really the belts don't matter. It's really financials. Like who's going to
doesn't that go with kind of the flow of the game right now? Like at one point, wasn't Bud that hated guy? Wasn't
I agree.
Spence, the world loves Spence like he was the runner for the president.
Yes.
So you know what I mean? It kind of goes with that. And then Philly fighters, we get that flag. Bernard, you know what I mean? You can look at his run and the things he did to kind of take a little bit of steam off the city. I think that campaign he was on, I think it hurt the city to a certain extent as far as promoters really wanting to put a bag behind that Philly scene and just you know how he was talking for a while. So until
Right.
he got on the other side, now he on the other side, the motherfucker don't say nothing. I'm just saying.
Right.
So
Yeah.
just a
Okay.
little bit hypocritical, kind of going,
I,
extending off the path a little bit, but I
yeah.
think that hurt the city as far as really getting even like the Lennox Lewises and the Tysons and these type of era fighters to really come and do something big in the city. I just
Yeah.
think what he did at that time hurt the city.
Yeah. Actually, Tommy, Tommy Dokes finally answered my question, but I want to actually ask Legend the same question after I read this comment. He said, haha, I know where you're getting at with Shakur reference. And yes, I would like to see him let combinations go more. Boots had the better performance, getting the 5th round stoppage. Good answer. Good answer. Um, Legend, how do you feel about people saying that Boots got hit too much, but they're the same people that's complaining about Shakur and him being boring because I guess he don't put himself in a line of fire? Do you think that's kind of hypocritical that people are kind of talking like that?
Yeah, I actually seen a post about that earlier. I think that just boxing fans are never pleased. They're always just finding something to complain about. Like they're saying that, Boots got touched up by Avanesian, who was a late replacement. But like I said, man, he still got him out of there, and he just probably wanted to make the fight more entertaining. Like I said, if he was fighting a guy that was running, he's probably not going to get the guy out of there. But he fought a guy that was willing to trade. So, like, if you're standing in front of the guy and he's willing to trade, you're going to get caught. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he still got the guy out of there. So I think boxing fans are just never pleased, man. They're always
Then,
going to find something to complain about.
yeah, and then and you can look at it this way. Like when Boots was allowing Avanesian to come forward, why you can't see it as, well, Boots is taking his foot off the gas. He catching his breath. He getting a couple extra wins, taking a little bit step back, lean off the ropes. Why is it, oh, Avanesian putting this pressure? What? Like, how you can't see it from the other way? Like, be a rational boxing person and boxing fan and think about things from different angles. It can't be, oh, Boots was getting hit, Boots got pressured. Maybe Boots took his foot off the gas. Boots wanted to catch his breath and let dude walk into something. You know what I mean? Just the way he switches up Southpaw Orthodox. He's doing a little something different. Come on, bro.
And let me add on to that, and that's both of y'all great points. Another thing to add to that is with Avanesian coming forward. Because Tommy, we read your comment from earlier. The reason I don't agree with the comment is because when you're coming in as the bigger, stronger guy, sometimes you want your opponent to come forward and feel comfortable throwing. And it may not be for that particular moment. You might be setting something up for the next round or the round after that. And to be honest with you, that's exactly what happened. Boots let him come inside during the fight and get comfortable throwing shots, throwing with Boots, things like that. You can even tell, even live, I don't know. Again, I don't know. I haven't watched it on TV, but live, you could tell Boots wasn't putting everything on some of them shots on the inside. And then he started letting them go in round 4 and round 5. So, Tommy, just to make it clear, sometimes you have to let that underdog or that guy that's not as strong as you come forward for them to feel a little more comfortable, to feel more brave. If Boots is coming forward all night, he's probably not throwing those shots. He's probably going to have a 12-round fight, and we probably got another Shakur situation. Because he let him get on the inside, let him rip a few shots, he got him more comfortable. And Avanesian looked comfortable the whole time. He just got caught. You know what I'm saying? He just got caught. Like, he felt comfortable basically the entire time. And for the record, the shot in the first round was low. I know a couple people saying it wasn't low. It was low. Not by much, but it was low. It was low. They booed the hell out of Avanesian while he was on the floor, though. He's like, man, if you don't get your ass up, bro, like, we done paid good money. Like, you don't get up. He wouldn't have made it out the building if he'd have pulled some funny shit. Like,
yeah, you can tell, like, when he hit him low, you can see Boots like look at the ref like, damn, my bad, man. Like, he know he hit him low, but like I said, he took a lot of time to recover from that too.
Oh, yeah.
But but Avanesian was also pulling Boots down too. So it's a 50-50 situation in that particular low blow. Avanesian.
Yeah.
So
I think because of the reaction, like, of course, obviously you got to do something about it. But They were Boots' head was down.
It
But
was
yeah, I mean
being pulled
he
down.
caught him though. He
It was
caught him.
being pulled down, and that
Yeah, but he caught
happens
him.
when you pull somebody's head down.
No, I agree with that, but it's no other way to play it with somebody
Yeah,
collapsing on
we're
the floor
still
like
gonna.
that, you know.
Boots was still at fault, but
Yeah,
if you
for sure.
again analyze the situation correctly and logically, not just Boots threw a low blow and having these shit.
Right.
Come
Right.
on, bro. It's
Understood.
these fans, bro. It's the fans. I'm sorry, I don't want to get on the tirade. I'll save that for the blunt truth. But yeah, go ahead.
Big shout out to the Blunt Truth series too.
We
Justin,
still working.
yeah, Justin Falzone, big shout out to you. Said tap it in. Big shout out to you, family. Tommy said, well, if Boot stays at 147, what do you think about Brian Norman Jr.? Maybe Ben or Stan Jonas. To be honest with you, bro, I'm gonna keep it solid with you. The way the stadium was looking last night, and the money that Eddie Hearn has, and I think the money that he's willing to put in the boots, I think he could probably get all three. I think he could pay all three of them to come to Philly. I think he could pay all three of them to come to Philly.
I disagree with that.
Why you disagree with it?
I think Boots has to be bigger than the city. You can't Shakur Stevenson, my guy. We got to get Boots on the road. We got to get Boots.
Let me ask you this, bro. How many times has he put on for the city outside of last night? He hasn't.
Again, I'm not disagreeing that he should not give the city that, since the city turned out for him. Let's step the competition up. Let's give him some type of unification. I agree with that, but not all three. Not all three. I think you gotta West Coast Boots. You gotta take Boots to Atlanta. I need a different.
Which one of them three are you taking to the West Coast, though? I don't think any of the. Hold on, let me say this.
I got you. I can answer that right now. Stan Jonas is the first one I'm taking to the West Coast. That's an LA fight to me.
But Stan Jonas not from the West Coast, though.
But that bracket that he fits, that criteria, he fits the West Coast criteria.
But he's not. But so, would you take a chance and put him out west in that fight, or would you put him in Philly where you guaranteed the numbers? Because if you look at it like this, right?
But I'm just saying, I'm talking about for you still got to have people that are coming to support, quote unquote, the B side, the opponent. So I'm thinking for that criteria for Barrios, you take that to Vegas. You know what I mean? For Stan Jonas, I could see it on the East Coast, but I could also see it on the West Coast. Now, for a boy like a Norman, that's an Atlanta type of fight. Well, I'm just thinking of venues to try, because you want the world eyes. You want him to have fans in all these different regions. You know what I mean? I felt like that's the thing that ESPN did. Well, not ESPN, but Top Rank. They bracketed Shakur to this, you know what I mean? And then the turnout wasn't right at the end, or the reaction from people. So if you can I need to move him around and see where he's getting love at. Is he getting love in these other places? You know what I mean?
Now, are you talking from a main event standpoint, or just?
I'm talking from a main event. I'm talking about from a whole build up to now you can really get other fighters to be like, oh, I'm trying to get on that card, and they're fighting to get on that card. They're campaigning to get on a card like that.
So,
how many people you think rushing to come to Philly to fight? Other fighters.
Let's take your logic, right? Let's take your logic. We just going and for the people that's listening, Vlog and I are not going back and forth. We kind of just trying to get to the same point. So I take last night. That was his first real home game, right?
I guess, yeah. You can
first
say
real one.
Yeah.
First real one. He did 14. So he did 14K. In his home city. Would you say this was the first time he's been like really, really promoted as like the top guy on the card?
For sure. You know how PBC is. So
okay.
You know what I mean? They got their top four, you know, they Fab Five type of guys, but they always have the fillers that are good, the Herds and the Bootses and these type of guys, and
Yeah.
What's the Filipino boy and those type of fighters? They always find those filler guys, but
Yeah.
those filler guys are actually sometimes the more entertaining fighters, and they don't get the shine. So I understand where you're coming from with that.
Okay. So here's my so I'm all for branching out. Like you but at the same time you got to become a local star before you become a global star. So if we're going here, right? So I'll meet you in the middle. I'll meet you in the middle of the street. Let's say Stan Jonas, right? Let's say Stan Jonas. Let's just say Stan Jonas. Let's say Stan Jonas comes here. I'll do you one better. Let's say Conor Benn. Conor Benn comes here next fight, right? UK fans, they travel. So you know the place is gonna be, they're probably gonna have to open the whole building up. There's a chance they might sell that whole thing out with the UK fans. For people that need an education on UK fans traveling, go watch the weigh-in of Floyd Mayweather and Ricky Hatton. That's all I need to really say on that. So let's say we get that fight, right, Vlog? Exciting fight. Boots wins. They sell out 20,000, right? 20 plus. So now I'm thinking traveling from east to west. So what I mean, that fight with Conor Benn is in Philly, right? Let's say Brian Norman. Let's say that fight's either in, let's say New York or Atlanta. Okay, either one of them. Because you done did 2 fights with Boots, you did one with Evanesian with 14K. You did a Conor Benn in Philly, 20K. That amount of people, there's more of a chance that amount of people's probably traveling in New York, or they're probably traveling to Atlanta to kind of see your vision in terms of him branching out. I feel like I'm with you. I just feel like he needs maybe like one or two. I meet you in the middle, one or two.
There's no way in the world I would have a Conor Benn fight in Philadelphia over having that fight on the other side of the pond where we know they're going to show up and show out in some soccer stadium type of shit. Right now, that's where we automatically disagree right there. I didn't even have Conor Benn on my mind because I'm thinking of weight issue. Let's go get this undisputed, and that's because those are the names on the screen. So, then there's another issue with the Barrio situation because they trying to get this motherfucker the Pacquiao fight. So,
man, I ain't buying that until I see pen and paper.
They trying it. They definitely trying that. They trying to duck Boots. To me, that's Boots ducking. That ain't about no big money because of Pacquiao. If he's still putting fannies in the seats at 55, come on, bro.
A legend. Watch me get Vlog back on. Watch me get him back on my side of the street. A vlog. You know he's still suspended in the UK, right?
Pacquiao?
Nah, he's talking
about. You talking about Ben? I mean, but yeah. So if he's suspended over here and we disregard their suspension, come on, bro. This shit.
Nah, that's a whole nother country though.
Again, it's still that's like saying Garcia can go fight in London next week.
Hold on. Legend, watch this. Hey, bro. Tyson Fury was suspended in the UK.
I know.
And he had that fight in Vegas. Did you and I both not watch that fight?
But we were supporting other entity.
I ain't asked you that. Yo, he on the same page with me, bro. Like,
no, you're right. I'm agreeing with you, but I'm also acknowledging I wasn't really interested in that fight per se because of Fury.
Hey, bro, listen. That actually, I didn't even do that on purpose, but you got to be careful with guys branching out too, because you remember them 2 Tyson Fury fights in Vegas. They gave them tickets out. They gave them joints out. You know what 2 I'm talking about too.
Oh,
they gave them joints. Just because you try to branch somebody out, don't mean it's going to work. So if you look at it, this is the first time Boots is 27 years old, champion at 147. This is the first time he's actually been promoted as the headline. So in a sense, you almost can say like this is the beginning of his career as an A side, like a number one.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, we know that. That's total truth right there. But
Yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with having that starting point in your career where I'm finally that guy, and he's having that. My thing is it going to be difficult to continue the process to really, because again, we can't, you got a last minute fill in because you had a connection. You didn't obviously have no connections to any American fighters to be able to make it an American fighter, make it an easier transition. You had to literally get somebody that was possibly still active in the gym, not knowing, because you should have been over here promoting. So, you know what I mean? It was a tricky situation for him as a promoter, you know what I mean? But I think he definitely has to have more irons, more rods in the fire in connections, meaning, you know what I mean, out this way. I think he should have been able to get an American fighter or a Latin fighter from this side.
Big shout out to Eddie Hearn too, man.
Yeah, he got connections, no doubt. He locked in over that way though.
Listen, to be honest with you, I'm gonna keep it a stack, yo. Like, he's done more for Boots probably in this one fight than PBC has done for Boots most of his career.
Because
since they had
you know what it is with PBC? They didn't want the shine taken from they four horsemen. They always had they little four horsemen that the Garcia type of guys and the Spencers, they had them guys. At one point, I thought it was going to be Mikey, you know what I mean, really getting that run through PBC, but I guess him and his family took a different route with that Dizan situation, but that would have been their Latin guy, you know what I mean? Because, you know, they always try to keep a little Latin dude over there, but not per se Mexican per se.
The thing about that, bro, is that with PBC, I agree with the four horsemen thing analogy. I agree with that. It's certain guys I just think they should have took a chance on. They just didn't. Like I agree with you. They never just put all their chips to the table and said, okay, we're gonna try to add him to the horsemen. Even Wilder early in his career, they never took a chance on him either. You know, it took for the Fury situation to fall through, and it backfired on him, and that's how Wilder got to where he needed to be. You know what I mean? But yeah, big shout out to Eddie Hearn, because he's just gonna put mad money up as far as Boots is concerned. He's gonna put he don't care. Like,
I'm gonna tell you this, based on what I estimate, it's gonna be the Brian Norman fight first, because Eddie has that connection with Top Rank, and they've done those cross deals and cross promotional sort of fights lately.
I like that fight. To be honest with you, that Conor Ben here though would go. Oh my God,
it's too early, bro. It's too early. Let that man finish his suspension. Let him finish his suspension. Is he still?
Bro, you said he was. You the one told me he was sipping tainted breast milk, bro.
Again, let him. Is his suspension up yet? That's all I'm asking.
I don't know, but it's from the it's from UCAD, so it's the UCAD. UCAD has nothing.
It's but it's boxing is boxing, bro. So across the board, it's a thing I'm gonna respect, and I'm gonna honor your policy that you got going on, and I'm not gonna do business with this fighter because of y'all situation. You understand? Like to me, that's how I rock. That's
do you know? But you do know if the situation was the other way around, they would totally disregard, right?
Again, I'm not saying either side is right or wrong. I'm just saying that's how I would rock.
I'm putting the Conor Ben situation out there because I'm just going off of how people operate now. I'm not saying
I get you. I'm just saying my principle would be they suspended him. I'm gonna honor that suspension. And bro, I'm gonna have him on the phone and be like, bro, we got 3 months. We can start talking about it now, get the early build up, maybe get it before the end of the year.
All right. So
I'm leaning your way now. I'm leaning your way.
Bro, if Conor Ben and Boots fighting at the Fargo, are you coming to the city?
Oh, I'm coming home.
Okay. All right. That's all I need. That's all I need to
I
know.
was trying to come home for the end of the year anyway, but then now
Okay.
you got me saying it on air. I'm locked in now.
Yeah,
But
you locked in now. God
I
damn
don't like to come home in the winter, but it's the easiest way to
it. You
move.
know how I go.
Yeah, I know how to move. You
Yeah,
gotta, I'm big bulky, so I gotta,
yeah,
you know how I go.
yeah. Tommy
Yeah.
Dukes said, next. Justin said, what's up? Tommy Dukes, Connor Ben still suspended in UK, so if it's not in Saudi, it'll have to be in America. Yeah, that's pretty much what he's talking about. Tommy Dukes, it's definitely possible. What's Wells Fargo hold about 21,000, so Boots does 15. I think Ben definitely covers the rest. Yeah, so they had the only ones they didn't have open was the majority of the upper deck. I think they opened up like 2 areas in the upper deck. Everything else was packed, so they'll probably just open up everything else in the upper deck, and they'll probably open up the suites. If they do both and they sell it out, then yeah, that's huge. That's huge because it starts with the city. It starts with the city. If you can start selling out your own hometown, then you can start branching out. But you only need 1 or 2 fights to prove that you could do that. You ain't got to have a string of 3, 4, 5 straight joints. You don't have to. 1 or 2, when you sell them out, then you know what you got. You can always go back home when shit hits the fan. So, Nikki T, what's going on? Big shout out to you. Big shout out to you. Derek Wilts. He said, I'm not sure Boots gets Stanionis or Barrios fight. PBC not gonna let them belts go. I actually now that you say that, that's pretty good. Pretty good point. Pretty good point. Unless, but to be honest with you, I'm like PBC on a downslide. They on a downslide right now, and a lot of them PBC fighters are fighting on other cars too. Like really, outside of Tank and Spence, they're not really promoting anybody else. Not heavy. If you notice, all of a lot of the Floyd Mayweather fighters and the PBC fighters are fighting on other
On
cars.
the other card.
Jalil Hackett
Moulton was just
was
on
with
the Fandango card.
yeah,
That
that's
was
what I'm
on.
saying.
That was a mixed card. That was boxing
Yeah,
and MMA dudes mixed. So
yeah,
it worked too. I didn't like it. I meant to ask you about that. I didn't like it
yeah. I wasn't a big
promotion,
fan
but
of it.
it actually worked. The MMA guys actually put up some half decent little contests. It's that C-level boxing we see on the top
Yeah,
rank.
listen, that's the perfect fighter to get for a boxing guy if you're trying to build them up, and you need them to fight that rough and tough guy. You know what I'm saying? Um, and they
No,
don't
no.
have that much skill.
What I'm saying is it was MMA guys fighting MMA guys in boxing. So that Fandango
Oh yeah,
card,
yeah, 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 yeah,
it was a
yeah.
mixed card. It was boxers fighting boxers, but it was
Yeah.
also boxing matches between MMA guys.
Yes, yes.
So
Yeah, I
it was
wasn't.
interesting promotion.
Yeah, I
It
was.
worked
It
too.
was. Yeah, it was interesting to see. It was interesting to see for sure. Um, do you like? Where does I'm gonna kind of go back a little. Matter of fact, let me get a couple shout outs. People that was in the building last night. Um, I did say I did see Big Baby Miller up in there. He's walking in there looking like security and shit. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Big Baby Miller. It was a bunch of dudes in there. Shakur was actually in the building for that fight. Um, ain't nobody in Philly really pay him no mind though. Like I seen him a couple times, but ain't nobody was really paying him any attention, But the joint was jam packed, man. But whenever Boots fight, we always hear Bud Crawford. What do you think Boots should do? Should he stick around at 147 and try to unify, or should he just go up to 154 and just go big game hunting?
I would go the easiest route because I don't know what the easiest route is. Like
Good point.
I believe they could possibly get a fight at 154 with Tim, and I would travel and go take that. You got the international guy in Hearn that got some worldwide connections, and you know what I mean. Could definitely set you up right down there and things like that. And that could be a mega fight. Sydney somewhere like that, big city like Sydney, Australia. That's possible. Spence, I think, would be too hard. I think they scared. I ain't gonna lie. I think they scared. Them dudes are scared. Bud, Spence, Garcia, anybody from PBC that has attempted to accept a fight, make a fight with him, Thurman, any of these dudes, they all scared. And it ain't all that, well, PBC ain't letting me. Man, you could make something happen. You could take the cut and give your money to PBC, because if you're smart, you'll make a Devin Haney and say, yo, I'll get my money going forward because I believe I'm going to beat this dude. You know what I mean?
So. Right. Let me get in these comments real quick. Let me see. Tommy Dukes. Actually, I want Legend to respond to this one first. Tommy Dukes said, do you think Shakur should have signed a 5-fight, $15 million guaranteed deal? I'm sure he'll give pay-per-view percentage if he gets a Loma or a Tank fight. Legend, what you think?
Yeah, I mean, 15 million is good money, man. But like, nobody's been happy with Shakur's performances. You know what Top Rank, you know, in his hometown. Like I said, people were walking out. I just think he needs, like I said, maybe he just needs that villain role. But I don't know if I was re-signed with Bob Arum. I think Eddie Hearn's a good move, but who does Eddie Hearn really have? But 15 million, don't get me wrong, that's good money, man. That's what, $3 million a fight?
Yeah.
So
he is looking for he is
Vlog, what you think?
He is looking for 5 to 10 million a fight. He wants that key fight that gets him over the hump and gets him into that Haney, Garcia, Tank bracket. That's what he needs right now. And the only way to get that, to me, is possibly do a deal with Golden Boy. I think he can get 6. He can get 6 a fight out of De La Hoya. He can get 6 for the Zapata fight. I think he can get 6 million for the Zapata fight.
Oh. Can you please explain that number? Because I'm confused.
Because if you look at the average, on the fights, like he said, it's 5 fight, 3 million. He needs to step up, fight the competition. This is a different level of competition than what he would have been seeing at Top Rank. So why would they pay him this less to come to Golden Boy and fight Zapata, when he can go stay at Top Rank and fight lesser competition and keep his belt?
Well, I guess I don't have a problem with that.
And plus, it sounds like De La Hoya really wants to sign him, because I think De La Hoya thinks he could get Keyshawn Davis in the future.
You might be right. I'm not disputing anything you said. I guess my question is, let me change it. It's not a question. It's really a comment. I don't think 6 would be paid out. I think 6 could be paid out between the two of them, but not 6 being paid out to just Shakur for Zapata, especially since Zapata is actually the house guy. If they fight and Shakur is just coming on, yes, they're the house guys, but Zapata's been with Golden Boy a lot longer. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I guess I have a problem with the 6 million just for Shakur for the Zapata fight. I don't think there's anything business-wise that would warrant that number to where they can even remotely make money back off that.
The Golden Boy fights have been doing pretty decent numbers as far as what I view and what I see. So if they're getting people that's already paid and actually viewing these fights through the DAZN streaming situation, I think they're doing good numbers. And Zapata is a recognizable guy. I think he brings a certain cachet in his own right. He number 1 in all 4 categories. So in all 4 organizations.
I don't think people really know Zapata like that.
Shh, man, if you don't, you bet you don't know boxing, bro. This dude
if
he's not outside, if he's not in your top 15, you don't know boxing.
Bro, but you're talking from a hardcore perspective. casuals don't know who Zepeda is.
Then the
And the only
casuals.
reason
But hold up, I disagree with you because there's not 300,000 casuals. I mean, hardcores watching these Zepeda the clips and things like that. So how many people actually watch the fight?
I understand that, but you're talking from a hardcore perspective. You mentioned $6 million for one guy. So once you start talking numbers, now we got to talk business. You're talking boxing and how good the fighter is and what they can bring to the table.
So you would
take away the $6 million?
Would you pay $89? Let's just say that's the average pay-per-view bill, $100. Would you pay $100 to see that main event?
No.
Okay.
Not even close.
Okay.
Not even close. And
would you pay your monthly DAZN bill to see that? And ain't that at like $50 right now?
No, if it was something light, like 25, something like that, like.
But ain't they up like $40 right now?
No, they're I think it's 20 or 25, but that don't include all the pay-per-views though.
That's what I'm saying. So what their pay-per-view average is like $50, right? Ain't it like $49 or something like that?
No, sometimes it's higher than that. That's why that's why I was asking you these questions.
See,
I'm not going. Listen, bro, I'm not going.
You're not paying for that. I might pay for that, bro.
You're paying what for that?
I would go as high as this. To me, that's a $49.99 main event. To me,
bro,
if the card is supported, if you give me 2 other world title fights,
bro, listen. And this is courtesy to the Blunt Truth series. There is strands of weed you not paying $49.99 for, brother. I know you ain't paying no $50 to see no Dan Zepeda and Shakur, bro.
Man,
stop it, bro. Stop it.
Hold up.
Stop it, bro.
I can sell this fight. That's offense against defense, bro. I could sell this fight, man. I could, man. I'm telling you, bro. I'll be at the beach selling the whale some water.
You paying 50? Okay, I'm a listen. I'm gonna take your word for it, bro.
That is offense against defense, bro.
Hold on, hey, bro, real quick, Legend. I'm gonna get this out of the way real quick because we're gonna have to go in a minute. Big shout out to Shakur because despite all of the talk, his fight actually had the most views on ESPN this year.
Yeah,
I saw that too. Yep,
yeah.
I saw that.
And we got to speak like we can speak on that during the week. I definitely want to, before I get into these last questions, I definitely want to try to, it's going to be difficult. I want to try to lock in maybe another day during the week, even if it's like 45 minutes to like an hour, something like that. Try to get a day in during the week outside of this. This Sunday ain't enough for me. You know what I mean? But we'll talk about that off record. But Tommy Dose, let me actually just answer this question. I have an issue with, as far as Shakur signing the deal, I had an issue with the 5 fights. That's the issue that I had, because if you really look at it, if you lock yourself in 5 fights, 15 million, the 2 fights he could possibly get on Top Rank, with the top guys, it's going to equal out to more than 15 million just off the 2 fights alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say Bob gave him a Loma fight. He's gonna get 4 or 5 mil just off of that alone. So just off of that alone, I wouldn't have signed it. I would have put, if it didn't have any guaranteed names, maybe. But if Loma's in the 5 fight deal, you gotta up that 15. You gotta up that 15. There's no way you sign a 5 fight, $15 million deal guaranteed, and Loma's one of the 5. You're good, like, you would make more money individually than to do that and lock yourself in at 15 million. Because if you put that fight probably in Vegas, they're probably going to do some good numbers out there, because they fuck with Loma out there in Vegas. They'll travel out there for Loma. And we can't ignore that Shakur had the biggest numbers on ESPN, and I feel like he's not even mentioning that enough. But I'm gonna get into that during this week. Melanated World Network said, "Big up my people." Big shout out to you. Big shout out. Tommy Dose with Top Rank. DM3, what's going on, bro? He said, "Big up my peoples." That was my other channel. Oh, okay, cool. Big shout out to you. Said Golden Boy has a pater, but would they pay him 5 to 10 mil? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think they would want to. Now, do they deserve it? Absolutely, they deserve it. Whether they're gonna get it, that's a whole nother ball game. One of my faves, Bruce Gas in the building, says salute brothers. Big shout out to you, bro. Derek Lincoln, big shout out to you, family. Says salute G5. A lot of people hating on Boots' performance last night. I think it was a great fight. Got on my Boots t-shirt I got from the fight on right now down AC on the beach today. Big shout out to you, family. Big shout out to you. He said the people around our area thought he did a great job, but a lot of boxing shows hating on him today. We kind of explained that earlier. A lot of that is just blood fans, to be honest with you. But Boots went in there and he put on an exciting performance. He put himself in a line of fire and he got out the fire, got his man up out of there.
But hold up, when do you start hating on somebody being able to take a punch? I thought being able to take a punch was that moxie. That's that grit. Like, so now, y'all, what are these dudes must carry fanny packs that's out here hating. Like, I'm confused, bro. Like, when not being there, like, that's man shit. Like, yo, I took this dude's shit and I bounced back.
I agree, bro.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
I'm confused, bro. I mean, maybe that's the OG in me, man. I don't know.
No, but that's a part of the game. Like, it's just a lot of these people say that they're like old school boxing fans, but a lot of the old school boxing was skilled, they was right in the trenches. Some of the if you put a highlight reel of the top like 15, 20 fights of all time, they look like the Boots fight.
Exactly.
Phone booth, we gonna get busy. Phone booth, we gonna get busy. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's like that. There's different types of fights. Derek Lincoln said exactly. You know what I mean? So it was a great night. We're gonna close this one out basically an hour strong. Blunt is gonna do the Blunt Truth series. I don't know how many episodes.
I'm gonna try. I put in 6 hours this week, bro. I still got in that one. I couldn't even get my AI prediction joint done, so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do some better work this week. Blunt Truth definitely coming out no later than Tuesday. My reaction to what's going forward for Boots, and I'm definitely going to do my rounds, and I'm gonna do my homework, and y'all gonna get that real Blunt Truth reaction to the Boots hate.
For sure. Legend, give them your social media, all that. If you got any interviews, anything, what you got cooking?
Yeah, man. Facebook, Todd Finney, podcast in this corner. But yeah, I'm always working behind the scenes, man. So just stay tuned. Something's going to pop up.
For sure. Boxing First Vlog got the Blunt Truth series coming up. Just for the record, before we go, just to let you know, the Blunt Truth series may possibly just have Blunt on the episode. It might be Blunt and myself on the episode. It could be Blunt and somebody else on the episode. So when you see the Blunt Truth series, just know the Blunt Truth's coming out. You may see a different variation of people on the camera during the series, but Blunt Truth series is a movement, at the end of the day. So
it's about honesty in boxing, man. That's just all it's gonna be about, bro. We gotta be more honest, man. And we not.
Absolutely.
Pundits, fans, all of that. Just like people still didn't conceive that Conceição could have won that fight. You're not being honest as a boxing fan if you can't conceive him winning that fight somehow.
Why are you trying to keep me on camera when I'm trying to get?
I'm gonna let you go, bro. Get yourself down the road.
Can I drop this one fact on you and then we can talk off camera?
Yeah.
Out of them 12 rounds, only 2 of them rounds he landed over 10 punches.
It was about the volume. It was about the volume. Volume, baby. Volume, baby.
That's why, bro. Like, we'll talk. You would slide that in at the end of the show, bro. You had a whole hour to slide that on in there, bro.
But
I've been meaning to get at you about that too.
Volume. I'm telling you, I gave it to him by 2 rounds. So volume. I seen him working in the championship rounds trying to bring the fight home.
Bro.
Your boy was out there in the Philly shell. looking like a statue.
Bro, if he had volume, right, and he only landed more than 10 punches, two rounds out of 12, would you call that ineffective aggression?
I would call it aggression because I didn't see the champ doing shit. He was missing too. You act like your boy was out there nailing down everything like a carpenter.
That though.
I'm just. There's another fight, but there's another side to the fight.
Ineffective aggression. You said you gave it to him off of aggression. He bought the fight.
Hold up. There's another side to that. I can't answer that question just based on just looking at it from that. There had to be an opponent that he was doing that against. So based on what the opponent was doing, I'm got to give the edge to my guy that's actually creating the action.
But you do know that he landed more punches than him every round except for 2, right? You
gonna tell me that those computed numbers are just so accurate that it's just like it's like God spoke those numbers,
bro. But you like to bring them same numbers up if they fit your argument, though.
No, but the numbers fit what I saw. I saw Conceição creating the action. I saw Conceição going for the win. I did not see. Let me finish. From the Philly shell. I did not see Foster going for the win. I seen Foster fighting back. I seen Foster answering some combinations. I did not see Foster saying, "Yo, this is my fight. I'm popping with the jab. I'm setting combinations off. I'm spinning off." I seen Foster on the ropes, Philly shelling and wiggling.
Ain't we supposed to give rounds to the person that land the more shots though? Ain't that what we supposed to be doing?
We also supposed to judge who was creating the action, who was the aggressor, who's the guy that's coming to win.
Vlog, we're not giving out trying trophies around here, Vlog.
So because you landed 3 more shots than this guy in a round here, he threw 10 or 20 more shots than you. I'm supposed to say, well, I'm supposed to overlook that. No, I'm not. Not me. Yes. Not when. So that's 3 out of the 12 that you threw. You landed 3 more shots, but you only threw 12.
Come on, bro. Some of the best fighters of all time had low volume, bro. Man, some of your favorite fighters had low volume. I can't believe you're giving me this.
Give me a name that had low volume and that's a great fighter to me.
Floyd. Your silence says it, bro. Come on, bro.
I'm trying to think where he was just,
bro. Stop, bro.
I'm trying to think where he was just so low of volume as on some Shakur Stevenson type shit.
Bro, all I'm saying.
No,
if Conceição was landing like 15 to 20 shots a round, you wouldn't have no argument. You wouldn't have no argument with me. I
believe a lot of those shots landed and they weren't counted as landed shots because somebody was standing in a sideways position. Philly shell. It wasn't even a solid Philly shell he was giving me because he was just getting battered on. So you can't say okay.
Battered on.
So the man. So you saying the man was missing and hitting and was swinging at air? So you saying Conceição was missing a lot of those shots, or were they just not counted as landed punches? That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand, bro. The numbers can be miscued because of the way Foster was standing and the style and inaccuracy of a lot of Conceição's punches. The numbers cannot be on point. There's nowhere in the world you could tell me the numbers is on point.
Vlog, you one of the best salesmen I know, bro.
Bro, I told you. I'll sell an Eskimo some ice.
He know he bullshitting, bro.
I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you, you gotta be able to see that fight, man. This boxing game is real tricky. You gotta be able to look at it from different angles, bro. And many judges was right on point. I was so happy when I heard that result, bro. I was like, damn, they got this shit fucking right.
Bro, you is crazy, bro. I love you, bro. Like I feel, man.
Get on up out of here, man. Get on up out of here.
Yo, that's my dog, man. These my bros for life, man. We go get up off this joint, man. Definitely check out Ty Fenty the Legend We have to remember to start putting that link in the chat at the start of the show, man. I gotta make sure to do that, man, because we all gotta get all gotta get to a certain point, man.
Yes, sir.
But on behalf of go ahead, bro.
Well, we want T to get to 1,000 out, man.
We got to get to 1,000, man. We got to get him to 1,000, man. So we're gonna do everything we can to get him there. But on behalf of Ty Finney, the legend, Boxing First Vlog, and your boy G5 Jeff TV, we see you next week. We out.
Peace.
Peace.